You don't need more leads. You probably think that you need more leads, but I guarantee you need a new way of thinking about those leads coming into your calendar. And I'm going to show you in this video exactly how to deal with prospects that have already invested thousands of dollars in their education and they're still not where they are. So grab a pen and paper, listen. This is going to absolutely increase the belief system of your prospect. So at the end, they don't give you the same objections. Well, I'm just going to stay with the mentor I am with now. Or do you know what? It's too expensive because I've already spent this much money. So let's get into it. As you can see, right, we've got the prospect here, right? They're going to say to you that they've invested with A, B, C, D, E mentor. Let's just say right there, they've already invested 10K, right? But they haven't obviously got the outcome, what they want. So right now, you need to understand that they've spent 10K. You see that as a negative because you're like, oh, they've already spent 10K. Oh, they're probably not going to invest any more money, which is absolute BS because that's your paradigm and your perception of how you see this right here. What I see and my students is someone that is lost and is still looking for help. So right now, that prospect is confused and all of the money that they've invested in here right now, it's all a big mess because they have information overload and it hasn't actually worked for them. And a lot of the time it's because they've brought a very cheap course and they haven't actually had the right coaching to be able to get them to their actual goal that they want. So if someone says to you on a call, how much is this going to cost? Because I've already spent thousands of dollars on education before. That's great. Like I'm super glad that obviously you're someone that's, wanting to invest in your education. It actually shows obviously myself and the team and the coaches that you are someone that's super coachable. And study after study from working with thousands of people, it really shows us that you're going to get to your goals a lot quicker and a lot faster. But I'm curious, John, what shifted recently for you to even consider to want to reach out and get some more kind of outside help? Oh, it's because of X, Y, and Z problem. Well, what do you mean by that? Now we're going into a deeper conversation because I just made a statement, which is what we call a label, and then we want an explanation. So then what we get them to do is all of these people in here, they did not solve their problem. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to go and actually discredit these people. What we're going to say is, well, from obviously the ones that you have worked with, what one in particular did you really like and what did it actually help you with? And then they're going to tell you. So you're going to say what worked well for you. And then you're going to say after they've given you that, okay, so that's important to you to be able to have X, Y, and Z. Yes, it is. That's banked. If you have a great offer, then you should have what they want. Yep. Then you're going to say, okay, cool. So what do you feel like one or two things that could improve from the way that you're currently doing things? And let's just say it's trading, for instance, something that I specialize in. I feel like I could, get better entries and exits, and I feel like maybe my psychology's struggling. Okay, when you say you feel like your psychology is struggling, which is a statement, what do you mean by that? Where's that showing up? Oh, well, I just blew a $200,000 account a few weeks ago. Oh, wow. Now we're going into the pain. Well, when you say you blew 200K, how do you mean? Was it on a demo account? Oh no, it was real money. I actually paid for the actual prop firm account and I blew it. Oh wow, so you lost money on that prop firm. Is that just the first occasion or has that been multiple times? All of a sudden, we're finding out how much money they've already wasted on prop firms and not just mentors. So right now they are very much confused and they have a very messy mind of being able to get to where they want to be. But what you've done is you shifted that identity by saying, well, look, kudos to you for jumping on a call. It's smart of you to still come and ask for help. Study after study shows that people that get the support and help in areas of where they're struggling, after working with thousands of different students, always shows us that you're going to get to where you want to go a lot quicker and a lot faster. What does that now do? it shifts the identity of that they are someone that is resourceful and keeps looking for help. But a weak closer will basically say, well, like, you've already spent thousands of dollars, obviously, on what you've done. Like, why do you want to keep carrying on with obviously what you're doing? You know, and then they might just say, well, our program is going to be $5,000 before you've got any true pain, before you've created any kind of gap. And then you wonder why at the end of the call, they say, well, I'm just going to carry on doing what I'm doing right now. But we know that that's an absolute mess and it's not going to get them to where they want to be. And they've already invested 10K. So that shows to me that in the past, they've been able to get resourceful and make investments. So you just have to shift the way that you look at the information of what you've got, because they haven't booked a call with you because they want to speak to someone every single day about how obviously they can get their problem fixed. That's not something that like prospects do. They don't waste an hour every single day speaking to someone about how they can fix their problem, right? See, you need to now know that this person is resourceful. They've invested 10K already. They're serious about what they want to do. They've now booked a call and they're in your calendar, right? So that's obviously a massive positive, right? You get out this information in the first 10 to 15 minutes. You need to know now that you need to create a straight line for them to be able to get the outcome that they want. Yeah? So once you put that identity in at the start about saying it's obviously smart of you to jump on a call and ask for help again, now what you need to do is understand, how does this person buy? Are they emotional? Are they very theoretical? Are they very mechanical? Especially for traders, they want something which is very mechanical. They want a systematic process that can remove the emotion and discretion from trading. Yeah, so they can actually scale capital to be able to make more money. So they want a process. So what you want to basically turn around and say, because you know that there's a lot of mess going on in the prospect's head, is it really sounds like, to me, John, that you have a great attitude and a great mindset and you're still looking for help. But it really sounds like you have like analysis paralysis. You may have heard of that, where it's just like an overwhelming amount of information that you've consumed, which is probably giving you a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear in your trading because you don't actually have a systematic approach to be able to remove that emotion from your trading so you can actually execute with confidence. Does that sound fair? Yeah, that is exactly it, James. 99% of the people that I speak to say that. You can steal that. Use it. I guarantee you, when they agree to that, they have agreed that all of this here is not going to help them, because if it did help them, they wouldn't be on the call with you right now. So you need to be able to now give them a straight line roadmap to be able to get to the outcome that they want. Yeah. And a straight line roadmap comes from you listening to what the prospect has already done, not just obviously saying to yourself, oh, they probably don't have the money, because they're on a call for a reason. It's just how you turn up to that call with your perception of what they're telling you. And I'll just give you an example this morning. 19-year-old gentleman, I thought I'd take a call this morning, and we had to get resourceful. He had some money in crypto and he invested it into the program, $3,000 today. He's going to do the other $1,000 at the end of the month. So that's pretty much like a 4K PIF. And that is literally what you need to understand, is how you see the prospect is how you're going to act. And if you see that this is a negative right here, you need to shift your mindset to that's a positive. And that's why maybe you're losing deals when they say to you at the end that, you know, I'm just going to carry on doing it by myself, because you haven't created any doubt. Yeah. What do you feel is working well for you? Well, this is working well. Okay. And what, like, one or two things do you feel like need to be improved on? Why do you do it that way? You get them to say what they're good at. And then you say, well, look, I feel like I could improve in this. Okay, cool. Like, what specifically about that? Why? It's always the why. And then once they tell you and they've identified these problems, so something, for instance, that I will say, so can I ask a question? Permission. Yeah, okay. Like, Do you journal your trades? No, I don't. Why not? Oh, I just never thought it was something I should do. Well, buddy, like if you don't actually journal your trades, like you're not actually treating this like a business. And now I can see why you're not getting paid like a business of what they want, the 10K a month, which is 6 figures a year. Because if you can't see your own blind spots, how are you going to be able to actually improve? And by journaling your trades, that's exactly what's going to actually help you to be able to improve. But that's something that we do here, and it's very, very important for us. Is that something you're willing to do to be able to get to 6 figures a year if we were to work together in the future, which is 20 minutes? Yes. Tie down. Okay, cool. So all you're doing, right, is understanding that this person needs your help. But you're not willing to help that person because of your belief system that you believe they're going to be hard to close because they've already spent 10K. But they haven't been given a clear straight line roadmap to be able to get to the end result, which is what they want, which is the goal. And they've been doing it for so long that it's painful and they want your help. But if you don't assist them, you don't have that care and authority on a call, how are they actually going to feel confident in pulling the trigger with you if your belief system's like, oh, this person's not going to pay any more money. They've already paid all this money. It's you that is stopping you from getting those sales. So make sure that when obviously your prospects come onto a call and they say this to you in the beginning, look at it as a positive, not a negative. Yeah. And if someone says to you, well, how much is it going to be? Like, I don't even know, obviously, if I can even possibly help you at the moment until I kind of understand like what's working for you and what's not working for you. We have like lots of different options, and once I kind of understand where you're at, I could definitely go into those in a lot more detail. Kind of, is that cool? Well, I just want a price now. No, I appreciate that, buddy, but it's like taking the car, obviously, to the mechanics, you know, and saying, I want a price right now, until we look under the hood to see exactly what's wrong. Like, they can't give you obviously a quote of how to fix obviously the car so it can carry on getting from A to B. And it's exactly the same with your trading. I don't know what you're obviously good at right now. You could be good at liquidity, you could be good at market structure. Like, until we have a conversation, I don't really know. And that's how you diffuse that situation, right? Another thing that you can do specifically for traders is you need to basically ask them, like, how many trades are you placing per day? And if they're placing more than 4 trades per day, like, they're over trading. So you need to explain to them, like, look, you need to be more disciplined. And the reason why you're not disciplined is because you're not journaling and you're not seeing your blind spots. So I hope this has been super valuable. Take note, implement this in your calls. You can use this for anything. And let me know in the comments below if it's been helpful for you.